Good evening, property friends. Uwe Jacobs, property strategist. I trust we are all well. It's Tuesday evening. The week has started. All is running, all is well. So all is good. All right, I wanted to give you the musings of a property investor, i.e. the summary of my fortnight in Cairns and Townsville, checking up on properties, checking up on the markets, and seeing what's going on, taking over properties, and so on and so forth. So, flew into Cairns on Monday, a fortnight ago. Excellent trip, excellent connections, excellent discussions. It is interesting to me how things take time to develop. In essence, what took me 2.5 years to develop in Townsville, I did in about 3 days in Cairns. Just the old adage, everything is easy when you know how to do it. To meet the right people is easy when you know who to look for. To do the right deal is easy when you know what the deal looks like. So, yeah, it's just tremendous to be finally getting the traction that I was looking for and that I was working on for just about 3 years. It's fair to say that I stopped with doing more NDIS properties because I simply could not justify to our clients to put more through because I couldn't get the tenancy right. And that's all sorted now. In fact, we have support coordinators and participants asking us to build for them, which is a great honor and which is not something that I take lightly, but which is also a lot of fun, being able to do that. Case in point, I've got a lady that lives here in Victoria. I'm not going to name any names, that wants me to do a property for her in Tasmania. I've got a lady in Cairns that wants me to do a property for her in Cairns. Now, that is what we call the anchor tenant. That is what we want to have in place nowadays before we start a project. So I will not put on a deal anymore until I've got an anchor tenant and until I've got the mechanisms in place to have the tenant locked in. Yeah, it's been a hard road to hoe, but we got there, and that's excellent. So let's talk about Cairns. Is going extremely well. I have talked about why Cairns is faring as well as it does. Simple and short summary is the fabric of the town has changed. Cairns is no longer relying substantially or even exclusively on tourism dollars as an income. The government dollars has become the biggest income source, which is university, hospital, infrastructure, and army. Four times government money, which is secure money. So that's excellent and has held Cairns up a lot better, and Cairns was faring a lot better the last 4 years than Townsville did, for example, whereby Townsville dropped quite a bit in rental and in value. Cairns pretty much held up. Anyway, rental vacancy in Cairns is under 0.6%, tight as a drum. very, very good for landlords. The median price is going up as we speak, and I spoke about in my previous musings a 10 to 15% minimum, absolutely minimum capital gains that is hidden in the market, that is hidden in the figures. They just haven't made themselves through to the statistics yet. And that's going to create a bellhop syndrome where in 6 to 9 months, when the figures come through, when they come and get reflected in the stats, the Melbourne market will be continuing, in my view, just my humble opinion, will be continuing to go down. Not much, but certainly will go down. The Sydney market will go down. Not much, but will go down. By that time, Perth and Brisbane will have caught up as well. So you'll see in 6 to 9 months, Cairns and Townsville, for that matter, both cities will come through with 8 to 15% capital growth and a rental vacancy of under 1%. Just my view. Check it out. See what happens. This is what my crystal ball says. I've polished it well. So, and on top of that, we've got a rental yield of in excess of 5.5%. So everything that I want from a market, according to our system, where we want capital growth and rental yield. We want the cake and eat it too. You need the short-term and the long-term money. So Cairns, definitely a great market to invest in. I spoke about the 3 investors that bought into stage 1 of Cairns Rise are sitting on $36,000, which is about a 12 to 13%, nearly 14% actually, increase in value off the bat. Before we've done anything, one of the guys has just signed the contract and he's up 14% on his land. Now, I am very comfortable that the building price is also a wholesale price. So that means that we have capital gains hidden in the wholesale price of the buildings as well. My aim in the whole scheme of things is always to double the investment that the investors do into our services and provide twice as much value. Let's see how we go. I'm very comfortable that we can do that. So that means that there will be $20,000, $25,000, $30,000, $35,000 in the pockets of the investors when it's all said and done on completion. Now that is a beautiful uplift together with anticipated capital growth to in 12 to 18 months jump into the next one, which is the whole system. People come to me for 3 things. They want to have financial independence. They want to have choices in retirements, or they want to be able to leave a legacy. Now, I'm sure we all agree that none of those 3 is done with one investment property. You need at least 3, and this is what our system is built for. And this is why our system is built, and we love long-term relationships. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to go too philosophical. Let's go to Townsville. Townsville is going extremely well as well. The long-awaited contract with the Singaporean Army, 500 million divvied up between Rocky and Rockhampton and Townsville, is finally kicking in. The labor shortage and building bottleneck is slowly but surely resolving. It's always interesting to me, when you're in the game for 20 years, you can see the signs. In the beginning, the block layers are hard to get. At the end of the boom, the landscapers are hard to get. It's the normal flow of a building. When you see that the bottleneck is at the landscapers, you know that the bottleneck in building is just about over. So, you know, it's just tremendous to be able to draw on that experience and to put the pieces in the puzzle together to put the picture together. It's not rocket science, it's just experience. It's looking for the details of what's happening. Anyway, so Townsville is going well. Townsville has hit 0.4 or less rental vacancy. The moment you put a property on the market for rent, you got multiple applications. We have put, actually, I don't mind admitting it, proud moment. Our own daughter has built her first investment property in Townsville. Rough figures, including our fee, which she didn't pay for, and that's fine. It would have been, say, $540,000 for a compact, not small, compact, 3x2x2 on Townsville's best golf course. And that is yielding $600 a week on a 2-year and 2x2-year options contract, lease contract. So that is not only rental stability, it's a great return. I'm sure everybody would agree. And the capital gains is going to come for sure, or I eat my hat. And I haven't eaten my hat in 18 years. So, you know, that's the fun part. That's the fun part. So Townsville will be performing very well. Again, do your own research. It's just my humble own opinion. Having been doing it for 19 years, there is, again, capital gains hidden in the, capital gains hidden in the figures. There's another 10% certainly in the figures in Townsville. So that's clear. Townsville building bottleneck is also coming off the boil. So we can get land, we can get builders to do things. At the moment, it's still an 8-month build time, but that will come down and we'll get back to the typical 6 months. We're completing another NDIS property. Very proud. That's our third one in the Ingenta Golf Course development, Townsville Golf Course. Beautiful, stunning property. Our designs are getting better and better. It's the same old story. You learn as you go, and you want to improve every time. In that regard, we are putting on 2 NDIS webinars. One on Thursday, the 22nd at 7 p.m. And I want to offer also the people that can't make it during the week in the evening. So I'm going to put on at 10:30 on Saturday morning, the 24th of September, specifically around the NDIS subject matter, to warn anybody about the traps that the marketeers set. It is absolutely ridiculous what's happening out in the market, and we're not playing that game. So I'm not going to get on my high horse. It's just a matter of fact that there's promises made that nobody will be able to keep. More to the point, I see a minimum of $45,000 up to $110,000 hidden in the deals as the commissions for the marketeers. It is mind-boggling. Guys, be careful. Do your research. Anyway, I probably have babbled on a long time and enough. Both Cairns and Townsville are going great. Good time to invest for sure. The new market is catching up to the established market. Webinar NDIS on Thursday the 22nd at 7 p.m. and Saturday the 24th at 10:30. Next trip is to Geraldton, Western Australia. Again, another area that we've fared with very well, which is going to be middle of September. So we'll see how we go with that. And I see here Ram from Five Rivers Builders, very good builder in Townsville, is just saying Cairns and Townsville are booming, average 6% rental yield, minimum 10% capital gain on a finished house. Couldn't agree more, Ram. Couldn't agree more. Both markets are doing exactly what we want them to. I call the rental yield, the 6% rental yield, the short-term money, which we need to cash flow the property. However, the capital gains is the long-term money. That's where the big money sits. And we really want both so that you can cash flow the property, but make the big money on the capital gains. Anyway, enough of that. Hope to see you soon. Remember that if you've got any questions, if you want to bounce something around, you can do that. Go to our website. Bottom of the page is a link for a discovery session. No cost, no obligation. 30 minutes is yours. Let's have a chat. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye.